Overwintering Coleus. Whether you want to keep your Coleus until next warm season or you want to keep Coleus indoor all year long, this video is for you. Possibly like me, you have a bunch of beautiful Coleus and you want to keep them, or you want to make your living space more colorful with these lovely plants. I will divide this video in two main sessions. First, how to bring Coleus indoor, and second, how to properly care these plants over winter or all year long. In the first part, let's talk about how we can bring indoor our Coleus and how to prepare them for next season. There are three different ways to do that. First, through cutting. Second, through transferring whole plants indoor. And third way is through harvesting seeds and use those seeds to grow new plants. First one is through cuts. So right now at the end of the warm season, or if you have outdoor plant and you want to bring indoor, usually we have a bushy and nice and fully grown Coleus plant. So you have enough stems to get many cuts. But don't worry, even if you don't have a big Coleus and you have a small Coleus and still you want to propagate or bring it indoor, you can use very small cuts. If you look at these tiny cuts that I made like 10 days ago, and you can see they are very happy, and I'm pretty sure they're rooted very well, they are not wilted, and you can see very small ones. So that means Coleus are very efficient to do cutting and bring them indoor. But to give you another example, so these are Coleus I grown from cuts, and now I want to make this plant bushy and keep it indoor all year long for myself. So as I told you, you can start with very small cuts. You can have 2 to 4 leaves at the top, remove other leaves and keep the plant. So you can start with the small cuts. But as I want to make this plant bushy, I'll prefer to start from lower nodes like here. So basically I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes, and immediately here I will cut the Coleus. So we will have a main plants, stems and leaves will grow and make our plant bushy, and we have these new cuts. So just you need to remove leaves and keep 2 to 4 leaves at the top. Here I will prefer to remove these 2 and keep these 4 small leaves, and you need to put it in the water and wait for a couple of weeks to see roots. After that you can keep it for a few months, transfer it to pot. And what I'm using as a potting mix is normal potting mix plus 20 to 30% perlite. Also there is a video, I'll put it here in the card, that later you can come back and go watch that video that I showed always to propagate Coleus from cuts, from leaves, cuts directly into potting mix, or even using seeds. You need to keep cuts with the water in a bright place, not direct sunlight, and change water every few days. And when it's ready, when it's grown, when you see enough root system and happy roots, then you can transfer it into pots, in a small pot. And after a while that it start to grow, you can do pruning like what we did right now. So that's the first way to bring cuts from Coleus outdoor and keep it indoor and prepare it for next warm season. By the way, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You can see here more than 80% of my viewers not subscribe to my channel. So please subscribe to my channel to make this community bigger and bigger. Second is transferring whole plants indoor. Absolutely, I prefer this way because that plant is fully grown and it could be very beautiful in your living space. Whether plant is in your garden or in a pot, you can transfer it in a nice pot and bring it indoor. But you need to do few things. First thing is heavy pruning. Normally Coleus grow too big outdoor, and possibly you don't have enough space to keep whole big plant indoor. So heavy pruning will help to make your plant in shape and also generate many cuts that you can grow in water, and you can generate your desired shape like tree or bonsai like Coleus. I will put the video on this card to how do heavy pruning on Coleus and make them in a bonsai or tree like structure. Heavy pruning will help your plant to be smaller, and then you will save too much space. Just you need to keep these Coleus plants in a bright place with some direct sunlight, and and it will grow during the cold season, and immediately in a warm season like spring or summer you can transfer again to outdoor. Third way is to harvest seeds. Sometimes you have a Coleus outdoor, it's a gorgeous beautiful one, but start to generate flower spikes, and you can see many flower spikes. In these cases I will not recommend to bring these Coleus indoor. Normally Coleus plants will die after generating many of these flower spikes, but you need to wait that flower spikes to be mature. You need to wait for flower spikes to be dark and mature like these ones or these ones, and then you can separate seeds like here, and I will show you these small tiny black seeds of Coleus. It's really easy to grow Coleus from seeds. It's a little bit a slow process and it takes time, but it's very easy. You need to put seeds on the potting mix and add water. And you can see here 10 days ago, around 2 weeks ago, I just put these seeds on a potting mix, I add water, and here you can see after around 10 days to 2 weeks, we have these small tiny plants which in 2 or 3 months they will convert into these lovely Coleus plants. So if you grow Coleus over winter from seeds, it takes few months, and when they are grown to bigger size, they are ready to transfer outdoor in a warm season. So that's our first sessions that you can bring Coleus indoor and how you can grow Coleus from cuts or keep whole plants or start with the seeds. But you need to know how to keep Coleus happy and growing over winter or all year long indoor. Most important things about Coleus is the light. Coleus will perform best in the bright place with some direct sunlight. South side window will be perfect, but other windows will do well for Coleus. If you don't have too much space or window or enough light, you can use artificial plants grow lights with which I will put the video here, that at the end you can go back and check this video, which in this video I showed the all LED lights that I use in past 4 years. I need to say that there are not only LED lights in the market, there are many different LED lights and other LED lights that you can use. But best option is a bright place with some direct sunlight. Second thing that we need to care about Coleus is the temperature, but that's not a big problem indoor because usually indoor is not very cold. But if you are keeping them in some place that's not very warm, you should be careful because Coleus don't like cold weather. After light, second important things for Coleus is watering. Always underwatering is better than overwatering for Coleus. If you do overwatering, you will get rotten roots and your plant will die. So always let's to see the potting mix is dry, at least upper part of the potting mix is dry, then add water to your Coleus plants. And don't worry if your Coleus are wilted because they will recover perfectly. I have more than 100 videos on show how wilted Coleus can recover in 2 or 3 hours. Fourth is a pruning. Pruning will help you to keep your plant in shape. Usually if you have a place that you don't have too much light or you don't have a proper light, your Coleus will start to be tall and laggy, and pruning it will help them, and it will help you to keep them in shape, and also it will help you to make them bushy for next season, or even if you are keeping them indoor to make them very beautiful and in shape plants. Fifth is fertilizing. If you are keeping your Coleus all year long indoor, or if you are keeping your Coleus over winter, but you have enough sunlight or very bright place, so your Coleus could grow very well. After a few months that you transfer them into pots with the new potting mix, after a few months you can start to fertilize them. It could be once a month, but in many cases that you want to transfer them to outdoor in the spring or summer, you don't need to add fertilizer. Finally is air circulation. Normally there is no problem with air circulation, and Coleus could manage could manage with your condition. But sometimes if there is no air circulation and if you keep overwatering, that could make problem for Coleus through rotten roots and plant will die. So always keep in mind that sometimes air circulations will help your plant to be happy. By the way, I have full list of videos on how to propagate Coleus, how to repot them, how to fertilize them, different LED lights. But I think what you need to know is how to prune Coleus, and this video is helping you to do heavy pruning for big Coleus you have, and this video it will help you to do pruning on a small plant.